Hi everyone, my name is Aaliyah and today I will be showing you my dorm. So I actually live in Southwest currently, so I live in one of the high rises. So Southwest is kind of composed of high rises and low rises as we call them. So our high rise is our towers, kind of think of like a skyscraper, and our low rises are just traditional multi-level dorms that are not necessarily a big high rise. So I would definitely say that Southwest is probably one of the most desirable areas to live in, especially for freshmen. So there's a lot of eagerness for people to see what these rooms look like. So this year, a little unconventionally, I live alone, so I have a single. So in Southwest Towers, how the rooms typically look, they're formed as a Z. They look like a Z room, so it's kind of cool that you kind of get your own designated area on each side. And so the room is set up the same way, but I would say it's more of an L shape now that I'm in a single orientation. But enough talking, I will show you my room. Okay, so this is what the room looks like when you first walk in. So I'm going to turn around right now. So this is the door. As you can see, there is a little rack for my towels. So I just literally have my towel right there. And then in this kind of weird little corner, I literally just have a Swiffer and the trash that they give me. So kind of like what I was explaining earlier. So the room's a Z, an L in this case. So it pulls forward and then it goes to the left. So if you were to have a roommate, pretty much what you would see here, you would see like a double closet. So you have this one, you would kind of see another one right there. So the room's a little bit longer. And then where this space is right here would divvy out into another corner. So that's kind of how it is here, but in my situation, it's a little bit different. So first, we're kind of gonna have a look at the closets. So the closets in a lot of the dorms across the areas are very, very different. I lived in Central my first year, so it was like a traditional closet, like door hinge, everything. It wasn't like this crazy. This I think is a lot for one person, but I do really like it. So let's open this up right here. So in this closet, I literally just keep all my clothes, mind the mess, and I just keep my clothes that I need to hang up and just kind of like general stuff. So as you can see, I have like a hairdryer, a random coat, and like stuff to do my hair. And then, so this is a big central closet. And then if you go here, they're kind of like lower compartments. I use those as like storage. And then in these areas, I just put more clothes. And then there's also a little mirror right here, which is kind of fun. So over here, I keep like my shower stuff and like things that I would like touch every day. So I have like my winter hat currently right here because it is absolutely freezing in Amherst right now. And then I have my keys and then some scrunchies and stuff that I would normally touch every day. So now we're getting into what I consider the fun part, and this is my actual room. So I definitely do not decorate that much compared to some people. I definitely was more decorated when I first got here. So we'll start over here. So this is what I consider like my food area, very essential. So this I actually bought at Target. So it's like a mini fridge. I think I got it for like 50 bucks, which is kind of a steal for like a little mini fridge. So here at UMass, you can rent like micro chills as they call them. So like if you have a roommate, you can just rent it. What's kind of cool with that, I did that my freshman year. So what's really sick is that like you would rent it out. They leave it in the dorm before you come move in and they take it out. So when you live in a tower and stuff like that, it's actually kind of inconvenient to do that. So if you have a roommate, I would definitely consider looking into it. You can also kind of win them for free sometimes. So be sure to check out UMass Admissions and the UMass Facebook page because they do have weird giveaways sometimes. So over here for snacks, I literally just have like the essentials. I highly recommend people to bring like mac and cheese and stuff like this that you can just make in the dorm come really bad snow days. I also steal a lot of snacks from Grab and Go all the time, hence all these random cereals that I have in these granola bars. Pro tip at Grab and Go, you get four sides when you do it. So grab a bunch of snacks so you don't have to pay for them. So now migrating a little bit over here. This is my desk, and I'm going to pan back a little bit so you can see it a little bit better, but this is my desk in all its glory. Not really much, but it's there. So I have a TV. I don't really use it that much, which is kind of sad, but you do get free cable while you're here, which is great. So you can kind of connect to anything you have. Amazon Fire Sticks work, etc. Everything kind of works. Also PlayStations and such. So normally I have my PlayStation right here, but I took it home for winter break just to kind of make a little bit more room because I didn't really have the time to use it. But I do have my Switch, which I think is really important to have. So I have my Switch, I have a photo of my boyfriend and I just have normal essentials. So I have my makeup right here, I have my mirror, that's my charger. I also have a fan, which I normally keep on, but I turned it off for the purpose of this video. But I just kind of like to have the air circulating sometimes. I think it's kind of nice. But then kind of over here, I just have my vitamins, my medication, and my TV, which thankfully is very light and I was able to move it myself. But over here at the desk, which is really nice, is that it comes with this little section right here. So sometimes it's attached, sometimes it's not. Over here, this one I have in Southwest is not attached, so it kind of like moves. So you could move this wherever you wanted. Like if you wanted like a little table next to your desk, like your bed, you can move it over there, which is kind of nice. It is not like that in every dorm, but just a little preface. And then I literally just have all my cables over there. So now gravitating towards my actual bedroom, my little bed area. So first I have this rug, which my good friend actually gave me. Thank you, Colby. I did not have a rug before, kind of makes more stuff in the space. And then I have these lights, which I got from Amazon, which is really nice. Also, cool thing with the lights, has a bunch of different settings on them, which is actually very fun to play with. But pro tip, I would highly suggest Amazon or Target for any of these lights. I feel like everyone loves them. So right here, I just have a ghost blanket that I got from Target. I really love Halloween, and it's just nice to have an extra blanket hanging around. I have this little kind of like setup pillow that I got from Target. I've had this for God knows how long. And then I have this bed sheet that I think I got from either JCPenney's or Macy's. It was like super cheap, but I've had this since I've moved in. So I've had this for a good like 3 years at this point. And then when you migrate over here, you kind of have this little like area where a lot of people put things. So I just put my pop figures there just as somewhat of a decor, a little bit of decoration. And probably, in my opinion, one of the best parts of the room is the view. So I'm very, very lucky that I live on the side that it's not facing campus. So you get to see, as you can see all the mountains. It's just really, really nice. You get beautiful sunrises and sunsets over here, which I really love. You can also very conveniently see the parking lot, and that is where I park my car. Looks far away, not that bad, I promise. But so kind of what's cool with high rises, like I mentioned previously, is that you get this really insane view. So even if you're in like facing campus, which I originally wanted, I thought that would be really cool to like see the campus view. It's still really nice. And like, I think that's a huge perk of kind of living in a high rise. But yeah, so that is my room. And here's a little quick pan of it. I know it's not that crazy entertaining, but yeah, that's essentially what a single in Southwest looks like. I hope this was helpful. I will definitely say with UMass, there's so many options of different residential areas to live in that it can be very confusing, especially as a freshman or a transfer student, to kind of think about where you want to live and what's the best place for you. So I hope doing tours like this is very helpful, and hopefully the other interns who live in different areas will be able to also do this as well. But yeah, so if you end up living in Southwest, especially a tower, so the freshman tower is called Kennedy, your room will probably look a little bit something like this. Obviously it will be a Z shape if you have a roommate, but if you have a single, it might look a little bit something like this. So yeah, that's my room. Have a great day.